My Theory 20. Date written August 18, 2019, 10:39 p.m. By Oliver C. Colobong. My body will die anytime but my mind will live eternally. What do you think? You exist because you think. Or you think because you exist? The answer is you exist because you think. Who you are today is because of the food you eat and, isn't it? When you eat a banana in a matter of time it will become a human being. So the foods you intake will define of who you are today. All the information gathered from your five senses will store to your mind. The books you read will transfer to your memory and it will store for a lifetime. It is like a computer. When you read a book is like installing new software to your system. The good news about your sense of memory is that you can install any kind of software into it but you cannot uninstall anymore. Unlike the computer, memory can reformat and uninstall everything to restore its good condition when you are in trouble. We have supercomputer in the world which can store different kinds of memories. Like the CCTV on the street, buildings and all around the city to keep its record about the event that was happened the day before. We can store the record of the weather conditions of the planet for the entire whole year, and we can film the takeoff of the rocket going to space. But all these things will come to an end. You know why? No matter how big is the memory scale of our supercomputer in the world, it's always end up on its terminal. Means we need to back up using another kind of memory just to continue the process of how people doing its job in a day. And continue recording the entire scene in the world. The human mind is the most supernatural memory that we had. It is built into our human body. It is the most sophisticated machine on the planet. Not your iPhone or Android app that you have. All the experience you gathered from your five senses will come this way and store into your human physical brain, which is your mind with memory. Including all your experience outside of you will save into it. All the joy and happiness you have from your suffering and pleasantness will go through your mind. It is where all your agony, pain and pleasure, love and hatred, peace and war. You can only experience all these things within you and never outside of you. People on the planet with great minds can make more things. Always remember that there is no such good or bad people, there's only good and bad results, which is the product of our mind. You can't say that this human has a lot of knowledge, because he is gifted. But we don't know how this things happen, where it's came from, and how this sharp memory exists. Nobody can explain, but they can only say conclusions. In some other things, people are good because of the experience they have. Great speaker speaks about something they know. They only repeat the information that they gathered from their five senses. The teacher teaches its student about the fact they studied before. Engineer apply its knowledge about the fact they experiment before. Architects design extraordinary building base on the fact that seen before. Design will develop into their mind because of the experience they got during preliminary studies. It will not come out this kind of design without any base on it. So there is nothing new on the planet, we only keep doing what we already know. Our famous chef in the world doing their job and apply what they learned from school, and yet through their experience, nothing is new about their career. They only change the way they do something, upgrade its skills every time they have events. They learn from mistakes and doing their best for the next sessions. But the sad thing is most of the time we never do what we already know, including myself, correct or not. Whatever you have in mind right now, my advice is please never look up and down to anybody, not because you are a rich or poor man, having more knowledge or excellent skills. You develop a wealthy money machine that will feed you for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter if you earn less or more, what kind of job you working in, whether the job is famous and new launch. There is no surprise about it. Earning a living is not a big deal. Even the grasshopper is also earning a living. Insects and animals, they have their own way of earning a living. Each of us has its own way. How to survive in this cosmos. All the information you gathered and store to your mind will live with you eternally. The body you gathered through the foods you eat will leave you one day. The most expensive things you have will not stay with you forever. Once you left the body, you are not the wealthiest man on the planet. They will call you topsoil. So live your life the way it is, and never create worries. In your mind, you will live a stress-free happy life and we can transform planet Earth into heaven, and be grateful that we are spiritual being having a human experience.